in that case, there is a demand from the farmer side to legalize the MSP. How do you react to this?
Shivansh, do you remember any shlokas for the global welfare?
Shivansh, recently SEBI warned against market bubble. What exactly is market bubble?
Shivansh, why still Haryana is having a skewed sex ratio, or has it improved?
Tell me something about this Press Council of India. It is the apex regulatory body regulating, the media as such in our country. So can you please tell me the chairman of Press Council of India, who is he and how he is appointed?
May I come in, sir?
Yes, come in.
Namaste, ma'am. Namaste, sir. Namaste, sir.
Please be seated.
Thank you, sir.
Please give a brief introduction about yourself.
Yes, sir. Sir, my name is Shivansh Rathee. I hail from the city Bahadurgarh in Haryana. I have completed my graduation in English Literature from Hansraj College, Delhi University. Furthermore, sir, in my UPSC Civil Services Exam 2022, I have been selected in the DANIC Civil Service. And sir, currently I am undergoing probation for that, sir.
When did you join?
Sir, I joined on 26th December last year, sir.
26th December last year. So you are a few months only in
Yes,
the
sir.
training. How do you find that training module there?
Sir, I find it very interesting, sir. And due to the general elections this year, sir, our field training has begun early. And sir, I'm already posted with the New Delhi district. So, sir, it's a great learning experience, sir.
Wonderful, wonderful. You tell me, what are the strengths of Indian bureaucracy according to you?
Sir, the Indian bureaucracy, it is a very strong institution, sir. And various strengths are, firstly, sir, it is the rule-bound order. Secondly, sir, it is the discipline and the hierarchy which is respected in the department. Apart from that, sir, it is the attitude of service delivery which is prevalent in the Indian bureaucracy. And apart from that, sir, it is also a tech-savvy bureaucracy, sir. For instance, even lately, sir, we have been modernizing our offices by digitizing the paperwork, sir.
Okay, you spoke about the bureaucracy being rule-based, isn't it? Now the emphasis is there to transit from rule-based to role-based.
Yes, sir.
How is it achievable?
Sir, you have very rightly pointed out, sir, that the need of the hour is the role-based bureaucracy. And sir, to achieve this, sir, a certain level of autonomy needs to be provided to the civil servants so that they do not get bound by the iron cage of bureaucracy, as was pointed out by Weber, sir. And to break off that iron cage, sir, apart from the autonomy as well, sir, certain specialized training by making the bureaucrats more exposed to various challenges of today's society. Because, sir, everyday new challenges are thrown up. And, sir, apart from that, even the lateral entry initiative to bring in specialists into the field is also a great way ahead, sir.
Please list 3 weaknesses of Indian bureaucracy.
Sir, although it is a very strong and functioning institution, sir, but definitely, sir, it also faces certain weaknesses. For instance, sir, as Max Weber pointed out, that there is the iron cage which hampers the creativity of civil servants. Apart from that, sir, there are at certain times allegations of political pressure on the civil servants and bureaucrats. And sir, it has often been witnessed that sometimes the bureaucrats, they are not empathetic to the needs of the general public. And there needs to be more empathy and compassion from their end, sir.
A perception is there in the certain quarters of in our country that the Indian bureaucracy have a disproportionately larger share of crooks than in other professions in our country. Do you agree with this perception?
Sorry, sir, I would not personally agree with this statement, sir. Because, sir, the selection process for coming into the civil services in India, it is so rigorous, sir, that an individual is tested not only academically but also ethically, as is the recent ethics paper in the UPSC exam. And, sir, apart from that, even at the personality test stage, sir, unethical candidates, they are vetted out. But, sir, as you have pointed out, definitely there is possibility of certain people going against the ethics of the bureaucracy. And definitely, sir, we can tighten the system to vet out certain such people.
What do you mean by doubling farmers' income?
Yes, sir. Sir, doubling farmers' income, it is the proposition which states that farmers' incomes, agriculture has become very less remunerable, and thus we need to increase farmers' incomes, and thus doubling farmers' incomes will make them economically stronger, sir. And even, sir, the recent farm protests, sir, at the core of those is that Indian agriculture has not been as remunerative as it used to be. So, sir, if we increase farmers' income, sir, a lot of farmers' distress will automatically be solved.
In that case, there is a demand from the farmer side to legalize the MSP. How do you react to this?
Sir, I agree that farmers, they have their grievances, sir. And however, sir, I believe that legalizing MSP, it would have a huge financial toll on the economy in the longer run. And, sir, time and again, sir, economists, they have advised against doing this. Instead of that, sir, I believe that on a contract basis for 5 or for 7 years, sir, we can provide them a contractual assurance of MSP. And, sir, in the meanwhile, sir, we can take measures like boosting horticulture or boosting floriculture, which are highly remunerative, or even for that instance, sir, organic farming, so that the farmers' incomes, they can be increased without making them dependent upon the MSP and by attaining higher price for their products, sir.
One final question from my side. Why the farmers of Punjab and Haryana in particular are wanting India to pull out of WTO?
Sir, this demand has been raised during the recent farm protests, and, sir, this demand particularly is because farmers believe that due to WTO, certain agricultural subsidies, they are time and again protested by WTO member countries, because even India's MSP, it has been put in the amber box by WTO. And the farmers also believe that the free trade agreements that India has with certain nations, they are not beneficial for the farmers. For instance, sir, the free trade agreement import on apples from USA. So due to such grievances, the farmers, sir, they have this view that we should withdraw from the WTO, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Shivansh,
Yes, sir.
you have studied in Hansraj College.
Yes, sir.
When it was founded?
Yes, sir. Sir, it was founded in 1949, sir.
What was the aim behind its foundation?
Yes, sir. Sir, it was founded in the memory of Mahatma Hansraj, sir, and it is an institution of the Dayanand Anglo-Vedic chain of institutions. And, sir, the main aim was to impart quality education to the students, and that education should not only be the Western education or the Anglicized education, but also the Vedic education along with that, sir.
So that is why you used to recite Sanskrit slokas.
Sorry, sir, that was not my reason, sir. This interest in Sanskrit stotras, sir, it got developed due to my grandfather. When I was a child, sir, he used to recite these stotras, sir, and I used to sit with him, sir.
That's good. So can you recite any stotras as such regarding your name, Shivansh?
Yes, sir. Sir, since my name Shivansh, it is derived from Lord Shiv. So, sir, please allow me to recite the Shiv Tandav Stotra. Sir, it is a very lengthy stotra, so with your permission, sir, may I recite the first few lines of that?
Yes.
Sir? Yes, sir. Jatattavi galajjala pravaha pavitasthale galevalam belambitam bhujangatunga malikam damad ninada vaddamarvayam chakara chanda tandavam tanotunah shiva shivam. Jatakata hasambhrama brahman nilimpa nirjhari vilola vichi vallari virajamana murdhani dhagad jwalallalata pattapavake kishora chandra shekhare ratih pratikshanam mama. These were first few lines.
Shivansh, do you remember any stotra or shlokas for the global welfare?
Yes, sir. Sir, in India's G20 presidency, sir, as Sir Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam was the motto, so sir, it was derived from the shloka which says, Ayam nijah paro vetti ganana laguchetasam udar charitanam tu Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Sir, this was derived from Mahopanishad, and sir, it means that Ayam nijah paro vetti, this is mine and that is theirs. Ganana laguchetasam, this is the math which is done by people of a lower intellect. Udar charitanam tu, for people of a higher character, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the whole world is a family.
Okay, that's good, Shivansh. Shivansh, recently entire world underwent corona, the pandemic, okay? So do you have any Sanskrit slok to ward off diseases?
Sir, Definitely, it is believed that certain mantras and shlokas might have that power, sir. But sir, I believe that
Any mantra which you remember, I don't want any explanation.
sorry, sir.
on your side. Yes.
Sir. Sir, a shloka it comes to my mind, sir, which says, sir, Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukh bhag bhavet.
And for women empowerment?
Sir, I have memorized Kali Kashtakam, so that displays the glory of goddess Kali, who is the embodiment of women empowerment, sir. So the first few lines of that would be, sir, Galadrakta Mundavali Kanthamala, Mahaghora Rava Sudanshtra Karala, Vivastra Shmashana Laya Muktakeshi, Mahakala Kama Kula Kali Kayam.
Who is known as the father of sociology?
Yes, sir. Sir, Auguste Comte is known as the father of sociology.
So, how this sociology word originated?
Sir, initially Auguste Comte used to call it social physics because, sir, he believed it to be a scientific discipline, sir. But gradually, sir, he himself...
It derived from two
Yes, sir.
language or words, that
Yes,
is
sir.
Greek as well as?
Yes, sir. Sir, the two words are socios and logos,
yes.
sir.
What is the meaning of socio and socios and another is logos?
Sir, socios means people and the society in general, sir. And logos, sir, it means reason. So, sir, sociology is the rational study of the society. Yes, sir.
So that means sociology is the science as such.
Yes, sir.
Do you consider it a science or a humanity?
Sir, it has been very long debated, sir. And sir, I believe that it imbibes characters from both science and the humanities, sir. For instance, sir, sociologists, they tend to focus on research methods like surveys, interviews, etc., sir, which are used in sciences. Apart from that, sir, it imbibes characters from humanities in the sense.
Okay, last question from my side. There is one book entitled Remembered Village. Are you aware of this book?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Who wrote this book?
Sir, M.N. Srinivas wrote this book, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Shivansh, recently SEBI warned against market bubble. What exactly is market bubble?
Sorry, sir. This I am unaware of, sir.
Who is the chairperson of SEBI, by the way?
Sorry, sir. I will have to go and look it up.
Okay.
Sir.
Do you know about zero coupon bond, something?
Yes, sir. Sir, zero coupon bonds are those bonds which do not provide any interest rate or any coupon amount per such when they are redeemed, sir.
And what is zero coupon, zero principal bond?
Sir, this I am not aware of, sir. I will have to go and look it up, sir.
Okay. Now that you are working as a civil servant in Delhi, so I think you have already acquired information as to how many civil districts or revenue districts are there in Delhi and how many police districts are there?
Sir, there are 22 revenue districts in Delhi, sir. And sir, there are 30 police districts in Delhi, sir.
22 revenue districts?
Yes, sir.
Or 11?
Sorry, sir. That was a genuine error, sir. There are 11 revenue districts and 15 police districts, sir.
Okay. And how many subdivisions are there?
Yes, sir. Sir, there are 33 subdivisions, sir.
And do we also have development blocks in Delhi?
Sorry, sir. This I will have to go and look up, sir.
Can we have development blocks in Delhi?
Sir, I believe that the size of districts in Delhi, it is in itself not very large, sir. So I believe, sir, administration at the district level can itself be very efficient, sir. And then we have subdivisions, so that even makes it less necessary to have blocks, sir.
Okay. Now that you have opted for Indian Revenue Service also, so hopefully you have studied about taxation.
Sir, I have studied about it while preparing for my main, sir. However, sir, I confess I do not have a deep knowledge of it, sir.
Okay. So, generally speaking, in recent time, our personal income tax collection is growing faster as compared to corporate income tax collection. As a result, our PIT amount is bigger today compared to CIT amount. So, do you think this is a healthy trend or it is a trend to feel bothered about?
Sir, the growth in the personal income tax, sir, it signifies that a more number of taxpayers, they are being enrolled in the system, sir. And possibly, sir, it is because of the faceless assessment and the faceless appeal tax reforms that have been brought in. And sir, another reason for corporate tax reduction is that, sir, the corporate tax rates were recently revised. And sir, that is why it has been dwindling. But sir, I believe that as more and more industry comes in, corporate tax rate might be boosted up, sir. Although sir, I feel that, sir, I am not well read enough to comment whether, sir, this is a healthy trend or not, sir.
Okay.
I will have to go and look it up, sir.
Okay. GST collection is growing very fast and quite a healthy trend is. Can you recall what is the highest GST collection so far in a particular month, any month?
Yes, sir. Sir, it was approximately 1.7 lakh crores, sir, last year.
And what part of that goes to the state governments?
Sir, I will have to go and revise it, sir.
Okay.
Sorry, sir.
My final question, who is the President Finance Minister of the Government of India?
Yes, sir. Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman is the Honorable Finance Minister currently.
Thank you.
Shivansh, why still Haryana is having skewed sex ratio, or has it improved?
Ma'am, although it has improved greatly from what it was before, but still, ma'am, it is much below the national average. And ma'am, the reasons behind it are multifold. Firstly, ma'am, there is the patriarchy which has been inherent in the Haryana's society. That leads to problems like female infanticide and female infanticide, ma'am. And although they are trying to be kept in check, but still certain instances they are happening, ma'am. Apart from that, ma'am, there are discrimination, instances of discrimination against women, both in private lives as well as public lives. And ma'am, finally, there is also an influx of migrant workers into Haryana, which are predominantly males. So that also leads to a skewed sex ratio, ma'am.
So the reason cited by you somewhere shows that men of Haryana are actually under the grip of toxic masculinity. So do you agree to this, being a student of sociology?
Ma'am, to some extent, yes, this statement is true. But ma'am, I believe that as the society is modernizing and as people are getting educated, definitely they are coming out of the clutches of this toxic masculinity, ma'am. And people, they are getting more and more aware and enlightened, ma'am.
As you're a student of sociology, so you must have heard superstitious and superstition. So what is this superstition?
Ma'am, a superstition is any belief which might or might not be rational, but which is believed to have certain spiritual or magical effects.
So are you superstitious?
No, ma'am, I do not believe so.
Then why do we usually say, if you don't believe, but in larger context, that we usually say, you know, whenever we say good things, we say touch wood. For example, may you get, being selected as an IAS officer. Touch wood, you would, be bestowed with this. So why do we use such kind of terms as touch wood, God's forbid?
Ma'am, sociologist Malinowski pointed out that even magic might have its certain functions. So ma'am, saying things like touch wood or God forbid, it might give people a moral assurance or a spiritual assurance, which might boost their confidence in certain times of weaknesses. So I believe, ma'am, this this plays a psychological role, giving people an assurance.
Kind of solace? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. You have graduated from Hansraj College in English Honours.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So there are various writings, women's writing. Can you name few women writings and in which they have actually talked about their experiences and their understanding of sex as a category?
Ma'am, may I take a moment to think about it?
You may not have to cite from your syllabus. You can
Certainly,
take it in general also.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, there were books by Jane Austen, for instance, Pride and Prejudice, Persuasion, etc.
Okay.
Ma'am, apart from that, there was Jane Eyre written by Charlotte Bronte. Ma'am, coming to Indian writings, we have works by Anita Desai, which talk about women's experiences. And ma'am, recently I read the autobiography of Bama, which is a Dalit work. So ma'am, that also talks about women's experiences in the Dalit society.
A Room of My Own is written by?
Sorry ma'am, I will have to go and look it up.
Anyways, tell me that how do you understand the word gender and sex?
Ma'am, sex, it is biological and it is the male or female sexual organs that a person has by his or her birth. Whereas, ma'am, gender is a more personal concept in which...
personal?
Ma'am,
in what sense?
Sorry ma'am. Gender, it is a more social concept in the sense that it is the identity of an individual's sex in the society. And nowadays, ma'am, gender is becoming more and more fluid. And people, they are actually changing and choosing their own gender.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
So Shivansh, you have been at the editorial wing of Hansraj College, right?
Yes, sir.
Can you please tell me what do you understand by the phrase yellow journalism?
Yes, sir. Sir, yellow journalism means paid journalism, sir. That is generally, sir, which takes place in newspapers in order to gain sensation more than to create awareness, sir.
Okay. So you are suggesting that yellow journalism is different from paid journalism, or both are same, used synonymously?
Sir, both have certain congruities, sir, but sir, there are certain differences. For instance, sir, paid journalism might be for propagating a propaganda, whereas, sir, yellow journalism is more for creating sensation and increasing the sales of the newspaper.
Can you name a few big media houses which are resorting to the practice of yellow journalism in our country?
Sorry, sir. Recently, sir, in the past few years, I have only been exposed to the Hindu and the Indian Express newspapers, sir. And, sir, I'm not in touch with a lot of media houses, sir, because I consider these very reliable sources of information. But, sir, as you have correctly pointed out, sir, I will go and look it up, sir.
Okay, no issues. Can you tell me something about this Press Council of India? It is the apex regulatory body regulating, the media as such in our country. So, can you please tell me the chairman of Press Council of India? Who is he and how he is appointed?
Sorry, sir, I will have to go and look it
No
up,
issues.
sir.
Can you please tell me something about the consumer protection regime in our country in terms of the architecture, how the legal mechanism, and how the complaint from any consumer is entertained in consumer protection setup?
Yes, sir. Sir, whenever a consumer, he or she has certain grievances, they can go to the consumer protection forums and the consumer protection courts. And generally, sir, these courts, they are set up at the district level, and there are certain provisions with respect to the monetary level to which a consumer can approach these courts. And, sir, yes, sir, I believe that is the mechanism, sir.
Also, a few questions from the current affairs. Recently, only a couple of days ago, the 2 election commissioners were appointed, right?
Yes,
in the
sir.
election commission of
Yes,
our
sir.
country. And subsequently, one petition was filed in the Supreme Court of India, and it is the matter is being heard. That why from the selection panel, the post of or the representation from the Supreme Court of India was taken away? Do you think it is in the interest of present setup of things, when we are committed to conduct free and fair election in our country?
Yes, sir. Sir, I agree with you. And, sir, Supreme Court, it had constituted the selection panel, which constituted of the Prime Minister, Leader of Opposition, and the CJI. But, sir, the Supreme Court also, it gave a scope to the Parliament to make a law on the same, sir. And when the Parliament made the law, sir, it constituted of the Prime Minister, a member of the Cabinet, a Cabinet Minister, and the Leader of Opposition. So, sir, it has recently been contested that it should instead include the CJI instead of a Cabinet Minister, because it skews the balance in favor of the ruling government. Sir, I believe that including the CJI, it would be an unusual measure, sir, because such practices are not followed anywhere else worldwide, sir. And, sir, I believe that to make the panel more exclusive, probably 2 leaders from opposition parties can be included, sir.
Okay, my last question to you. The Treaty of Peace and Friendship that was negotiated between India and Nepal in 1950.
Yes, sir.
That actually it's a bedrock of good relationship between India and Nepal. Agree?
Yes, sir.
Can you please quote a few provisions from that treaty which actually makes a very conducive environment for the bilateral relationship to flourish?
Yes, sir. Sir, Indians and Nepalis don't need a visa to visit each other's countries.
Okay.
Apart from that, sir, people from Nepal, they can sit for various government exams in India, barring a few posts like the Indian Administrative Services, IPS, etc. Apart from that, sir, the trade between these 2 countries, it follows through an open border. And definitely, sir, there are soft power ties between the 2 countries, sir.
So the treaty is tilted in favor of Nepali population, or the case is different? I mean, it is tilted in our favor. Can we apply for government job in Nepal, just as the provision is open to them to apply for various
Yes, sir.
posts in our country?
Yes,
Can
sir.
we apply there as well?
No, sir, we cannot apply there, sir. But sir, this was more a humanitarian measure by India, sir, because Nepal, it was an underdeveloped country and it is still struggling, whereas sir, India is developing very fast. And thus, sir, to provide the people of Nepal opportunities and a relief from their economic conditions, sir, India came up with this measure.
So just tell me, are we getting substantially in terms of, in terms of return on our investment? We have invested a lot. We have been a big brother all the time in thick and thin of Nepal. But are we getting the same response from them? I mean, they are creating a space for the growth of Chinese presence in their country, and which is detrimental to our interest.
Sir, sir, I agree that Chinese interests in Nepal, they have been growing, sir. But sir, as you rightly pointed out, we have traditionally been acting as the big brother. And sir, there is a need to change that attitude from big brother to basically more of cooperation between two peer countries instead of one country dominating the other, sir. And Nepalis, they have a fear of being overshadowed by India. So I believe, sir, India should allay those fears, and we should try not to be the big brother, but to be partners in the global South's development, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Very briefly explain to us how the Greek literature influenced the Roman literature.
Yes, sir. Sir, the gods in Greek literature and Roman literature, sir, they are basically the same. And sir, although they have different names. For instance, sir, Zeus is Jupiter. Apart from that, sir, it is believed that in Iliad's story of Troy, sir, after Troy was defeated, Paris fled to a new country, and that new country basically got established as Rome, sir. So they have a shared history and a shared culture, sir, and a lot of Greek epics and a lot of Greek myths, they get reflected into Roman myths and Roman epics, sir.
There are two very important characters in Shakespeare's works.
Yes,
One
sir.
is Shylock, and another is your Brutus.
Yes, sir.
Can you find these two examples in the context of India, in any person
Yes, sir.
or personality?
Sir, I confess I am not aware of the character Shylock, sir, but I am aware of Brutus, sir. Talking about Brutus, sir, sir, may I take a moment to think about it, sir?
Just take a moment only.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, in the Battle of Plassey, sir, Mir Jafar, he was betrayed by
Okay,
Mir
thank you
Qasim.
very much. It was nice interacting with you.
Thank you, sir.
Your interview is over. You may go now.
Thank you, sir. So may I come in?
Come in. Sit down, Shivansh.
Thank you, sir.
Your interview is on
Sir, 21st of
oh,
March.
21st itself.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Which attempt is this, Shivansh?
Sir, it's my third attempt, sir.
Third and second interview.
Yes, sir.
What was your score last time?
Sir, 179.
So, interview is not going to pull you down. Rather,
Thank you, sir.
it will help you in improving upon your overall performance.
Thank you,
It all
sir.
depends on how you have performed in your mains examination compared to last year. Incidentally, what is your assessment?
Sir, a human being, sir. He is a hopeful animal, sir. I believe I'm hopeful,
Besides
sir.
that?
Sir, I believe I have tried to do better this time, sir. There were certain weaknesses last year which I have tried to sort out, sir. So I'm hopeful, yes, sir.
But as far as interview part is concerned, you did fairly good.
Thank you,
So
sir.
not too many suggestions from our side.
Yes, sir.
A few suggestions we will give you, but before I give you any suggestion, let me ask you a question. Why are you wearing so many around your wrist?
Sir, whenever I visit, sir, any holy place, sir, I tend to get one there, sir, as a souvenir. So it is more a hobby, sir, than a
why
superstition.
I'm asking you this question? When you go for the interview, you will go
No, sir, nowadays UPSC doesn't allow,
doesn't
sir.
allow. So,
Yes,
so
sir.
that matter ends there.
Yes,
So
sir.
question doesn't arise. Okay. You are a very honest person.
Thank you, sir.
Very honesty of purpose was there in all your answers.
Thank you, sir.
So personal integrity, please don't ever compromise on your personal integrity. That is very important for any civil servant. You are already a civil servant.
Yes, sir.
So you know better than any other candidate who is yet to join the government service.
Yes, sir.
So personal integrity, honesty of purpose in all your answers should never ever be compromised.
Sir.
Give very balanced answers on contentious issues also. and your communication skill is very good. So make full use of your communication skill. Try to create an atmosphere by which the board members, they are impelled to ask you questions on Sanskrit, because Sanskrit is one thing which somebody may ask you why this is a dead language and all that. Some discussions on the Sanskrit may be there, and I don't think you will have any problems answering those questions. But if you are able to create a situation by which somebody asks you to recite Shiv Tandav Strota or some other, then you must make best opportunity of that, because that your impact is very powerful of your Strotas. That is very good. Then you see, where you were lacking of information was about the zero coupon, zero principle. These questions were asked in the context, larger context of your bonds and all that.
Yes, sir.
So just update your information on this. You will understand. These are all also methods of paying bonds and all that.
Yes, sir.
Then lady Mrs. Madhavi Puri Butch, she is the chairman, because she is a lady member, which is why this question was asked, whether you know her name or. It's a factual question. Either you know it or you don't know it. So now, you are a student of sociology, na?
Yes, sir.
Sociology. So, what type of questions will be asked? Very difficult for us to tell you also. Haryana specific farmers agitation, we have tried to touch upon that issue. Then the other issue is your wrestlers issue and all that. That is a second issue. Whether it is ethical to return your Padma awards or not. What is your personal view on that? Third issue is about the why women of Haryana, they excel in sports, and why not their counterparts in states like Bihar and all that. So that kind of a question. And then sex ratio in Haryana, and for schemes like Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao and all that. So what impact it has made on the society of Haryana, in specifically Haryana. You are coming from Jhajjar.
Yes, sir.
So read Jhajjar also comprehensively, some questions related to your area. And suppose if you are made district magistrate of Jhajjar and all that, how are you going to deal with the issues the Jhajjar is facing, including how you want to encourage the growth of MSMEs, how would you like to protect the women, safety of women, so on and so forth. So these issues are just to know you how you can instantly react to such situations, and what your innovative faculty, or up to what length you can think of providing solutions and all that. You have already proved your mettle by securing 179, and you will be getting good marks, maybe 170, maybe 190, 195. You are capable of scoring even 200. Not an issue. You will be getting very good marks.
Thank you, sir.
And it all depends on your luck when you go for the interview. But keep your head on your shoulder. Stay cool, calm, composed.
Yes, sir.
And something related to your training module, you want to reform or bring out any changes in the training module.
Yes, sir.
All those things. You spoke about lateral entry and all that. What is the flip side of lateral entry? People come for 5 years, then ask to go back and all that. Do they really have a commitment which a normal government servant has for the organization? All those kind of questions. Don't get unnerved. Give again a balanced. Every coin has two sides. Try to give both the sides of the story. Then you'll do well. All the best from our side. If you have any specific question to ask.
No, sir.
All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.